Boom.
That down quick.
And that. Greeks on serious, but everything ain't matter. But that data and that delta, boy. Cause one on it really pretty much telling you like if your contract moving up, it gonna show you how much you're gonna get paid like per dollar when it go up type jump. But also gonna show you when you lose some money how much you're gonna lose per dollar. And sometimes, but it don't be steep, especially when it start getting close to your expiration. They ain't made no move. Oh yeah. And you might well kill that contract goodbye and just let them exercise it. That's what they call it. They're exercising for you. So, but that video gonna be, I'm just getting y'all familiar with it because this is a main thing about it. And plus the volume, the open interest, the implied volatility matter too.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to see what that was about. The implied volatility shit.
Yeah, but I that just like me being in that fiscal auction. The implied volatility was 92.9. It was moving, like moving, but it was moving in my direction. So I went to play.
Yeah.
Like, yo, man. I don't know if y'all really it, so I'm just we ain't gonna watch the whole thing unless y'all really just won't sit here that whole little hour. But he get straight to the point in like the first 30 minutes. And this the video I always watch. Like even though I'm not a beginner, I still go back to the basics.
Yeah. It's the one that you had dropped in the check.
Yes, sir.
Uh,
Also, I'm try to I'm a screen record on my phone and put it in later on. Well after this on how to, where to go to buy, trade options and all that. Cause you gotta know how to work the app too, know how to get to it. It's simple, but
for sure, for sure.
I don't know if y'all just got an app for stocks. Robinhood,
Yeah,
Webull, TD.
I use Robinhood and TD Ameritrade.
Okay, see, I use Webull and Robinhood.
Okay,
So
I got a Webull account, but I ain't never so I ain't never put no funds in it. Man. My TD
I
Ameritrade,
really,
I just had got one stock and just let that motherfucker just sitting there, the long term type shit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But I got a few on there Robinhood though.
How many?
Shit, I got like
They
I got like
free?
5 different ones in Robinhood.
Yeah, I got everything that I use. I do use trading. You do my my markups on the stocks that I'm looking at though.
Yeah.
I got Apple pulled up for an example, but just showing y'all how my chart set up. It's real simple though. Like it really plain. Price action. Try to keep it. like that. Then try to mix the fundamentals of, the news and all that. That how it gonna impact versus the technical of what I see and all this stuff. Counting sticks and stuff like that. That's why I say y'all gonna kill it because
Oh shit, it
y'all
basically the same thing.
y'all can look at the charts and yeah, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like you'll know when to grab a put and you'll know when to grab a call because you looking at the charts and I chart off the daily. Like I do off the daily, but I just be looking down on the hour for the hour one just to see what it what it doing. I already got my entry for it off the daily. So
Yeah,
I'm holding it daily. I'm using it daily because I see how it's moving daily. And if it especially when they have that golden cross on the daily, I know it's gonna ride for a minute. So that's a perfect card. That's how I caught Fisk.
yeah.
Fiscal was oversold like a motherfucker, bro. Like in the RSI 20. And I seen that goddamn him off the 200,
Oh yeah, it
and that
game.
bit rolls up, and that bit rolls up. But I ate off that bit.
Yeah, but that game time all day. But you see that golden cross. You know, Bitcoin
Yeah.
they got a golden cross. They were saying
Woo.
that bitch on the way back up, my boy.
That why I just use the 50 and the 200 for stock because I can easily just use the 200 and just
Yep.
it
That's
probably
really all
fall
you
below
need.
that.
Is 200.
You
It's just
feel
like
me?
shit. I'll take charts set up on the for it. You remember the 50 and the 200 water in the middle. Oh, there you go. You see that golden cross. You know, Bitcoin
Yeah.
they got a golden cross. They were saying that bitch on the way back up, my boy. What the hell? What's going on? I was gonna say, well, that shit sound like me. That nigga sound like me. Who the hell it is? The fuck? What you doing? How you did it? What you on YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh damn, I'm looking at the shit at the top. Man. Hey man.
Yeah, I read.
That
that
But I'm glad I looked up at that damn and figured and see you on YouTube. Man. I was finna goddamn talk about some goddamn break the code shit, man. No man, can't do that. But yeah, let's get it on my boy. I'm ready for this shit.
Oh yeah, let me know if y'all want, if y'all need me to pause it or whatnot, so I can y'all get what he's saying down too. If y'all take notes on
Shit, I can't even hear him.
what? Oh shit, that awkward. Oh Lord,
Let me see.
Kyle.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I can't hear it.
You on the HP, ain't you?
Yeah, I'm on the 8P.
You got headphones in or something?
Nah, I ain't got nothing in.
Got nothing in.
I think it's gonna be the Zoom audio.
Yeah, I had to put my speakers on the actual. But if you ain't got no damn headset in, then shit should be coming out the speakers.
Yeah.
So I go in here somewhere.
They don't even see me.
Like you see where your mute button at, you should have an arrow. And it should say like select the microphone, select the speaker, all that shit pop up on that mute arrow. And shit. Like mine say headset, and then I can change it to same as system on the microphone on the Zoom shit. I don't know
All
which
right,
one
hold
should
on.
work.
Hey, oh, mm, let me see. That ain't shit, dude. I know y'all can hear me. Hey, man.
Here, let me here, let me see. I can
Yeah,
share my
man,
screen.
I'm already having a difficult time now. Come on now. Good. I ain't got no headset on. I don't know why. That's crazy, man. I'm over here thinking that y'all can hear it, man. And he just talking to me.
You got to get that audio right.
Oh, so it got something to do with it. Yeah, it's something to do with my Zoom, right?
Yeah, your Zoom audio. You might have to just let Tay do it. You know what I'm saying? Share his screen and do it.
I mean, if he cool with that, you know. Yeah, I apologize for that. I thought y'all was hearing the whole time.
You good, bro. Like you said, you new to the Zoom shit, so you know. You ain't know nothing about that part.
Yeah, I just always join the links. I ain't never just, you know,
Right.
sent them out, you know, like I just found out my password to my Zoom account.
Yeah.
So if that cool, you know, then when, y'all get what y'all need out of it, I just come back to my screen and go from there. If that
Right.
cool. Oh. Yeah, man. You just ate everything in the book and you up here crying.
With Fundrise, you can invest here from there or there from here. Our platform gives you access to premium real estate that was previously only available to institutions. So you can take your portfolio from
Y'all
here
been hearing shit, right?
to there.
Yeah.
My name's Adam, otherwise known as In the Money, and today I'm going to teach you how to trade options in Robinhood. I know firsthand how frustrating it can be looking all over the internet trying to like piece little parts of the puzzle together, trying to form the bigger picture of what options are, but not being able to do so. So if you're trying to get the full picture in one go, in one spot, then by golly, you've come to the right place. This video is all chopped up into sections, and at the end of each section, there's going to be a list of questions. And those questions are there just to make sure that you're fully tracking with the important topics of each section. So if you want to make sure that you are fully tracking everything that's going on, you can kind of quiz yourself, and the answer to those questions are in the description below. Grab a pen, grab a paper, grab a snack. Highly encouraged.
In a blunt.
Facts.
Got that part, my boy.
So to get to a page like this, you're going to want to search up a stock. You can do AMD if you want to follow along. So search up AMD in Robinhood and tap on trade and trade options. It'll pull you up to, I think
Oh yeah, I've been
discover.
on. I
Go
did
up
that
to the
shit
top
before.
and tap on any of the dates.
I didn't know what the fuck
and
I was
it'll
doing,
take you
so I
to a page
backed
that
up out
looks
of there.
very, very similar to this one. The numbers are going to be different, but the layout itself is going to look very similar. And what we're looking at here is 4 different call options. So there's a 49.5 call, there's a 49 call, 48.5 call, and a 48 call. So these are 4 separate call options. And if you have your phone open, you can scroll up and scroll down and you'll see there's a lot of different call options. These are not the only 4. There's a lot of other call options, but these are all that we need to learn and understand the basics of these options. What is a call? Well, it is a contract between a buyer and a seller. And in pretty much every example today, we are going to be the buyer of these call options. So we buy these call options from somebody. We'll discuss how you do that in a little bit. But when you have this call option in your possession, it gives you the right to do something. It gives you the right, but not the obligation. In other words, you can, but you do not have to buy 100 shares of the underlying stock at a strike price. And I know that might sound a little confusing, so I'll break it down here. So AMD is our underlying stock. It's called the underlying when you're trading options on a certain stock. So it gives us the right to buy 100 shares, right? It gives us the right to buy 100 shares. But not only that, it gives us the right to buy 100 shares at a strike price. So let's say we have this $48 call here. $48 is not how much you pay for the call. $48 is this call's strike price. So if we have this call option in our possession, we can buy 100 shares of AMD for $48 each. Okay, it's not $48 for all 100 calls, it's $48 each. So great, we're buying 100 shares at the strike price. And this process of buying those 100 shares at the strike price is called exercising your call option. You're exercising your right to buy those 100 shares. So we have just exercised our call option. Now, this is pretty sick because the current trading price is $48.75. So we are buying shares for a cheaper price than everyone else is buying it. So if we wanted to, we could buy 100 shares at the strike price and immediately sell them back to the market for the current trading price. Where it's just like trading stock. It's like you got in at $48 and now you want to get out at $48.75. You're going to make a profit. So we bought 100 shares at $48. Now we're going to sell 100 shares.
Okay, what?
So that's like scalping right there, then.
Oh, yeah.
At $48.75. So if you think about it, we're making 75-cent profit per share of this 100 shares. So we make a profit of $75. So this process of exercising your call option and making a profit is the case for any call option whose strike price is less than the current share price. If you think about it, if your call option has a strike price lower than the share price, you're buying at a cheaper price than everybody else is. So you can buy at a cheaper price and sell at a higher one. So if it has a strike price below the share price, you can make a profit. And the lower the strike price is relative to the share price, the larger that profit is going to be. So call options whose strike price are lower than the current share price, where if you exercise, you make a profit, those options are called, oh God, those options are called in the money options. Call options, specifically regarding calls. We'll get to puts here in a little bit. We're going to talk about calls first. So these are in the money call options. And in fact, everything lower down below that would also be in the money. But what about options where the strike price is a share price? So let's say there's a call, I'm not saying it's possible, but there's a call that has a strike price of $48.75. We buy 100 at $48.75 and you sell immediately all those 100 at $48.75. You've gained nothing, you've lost nothing. So you just break even. So those kind of call options, these ones right here, are called at the money or ATM. You'll see it abbreviated. And how about these ones that are above the share price? You can see the $49 is higher than $48.75. Well, you're buying 100 shares at a higher price than you can buy out at the market. Why would you want to do that? You just buy it at the market. It's cheaper. So if you exercise, you could buy at 49, sell at 48.75, you'd actually be at a loss. So you never exercise this kind of call option. And this is the case for any call option whose strike price is higher than the current share price. You don't want to buy at a higher price than the market's already trading at. That's stupid. You'd lose money. So these options that you would most certainly never exercise are called out of the money options, out of the money. So OTM. You can see I kind of color coded it here. In the money, they're awesome, super cool. At the money, who cares? Out of the money, no good, garbage. Okay, so now we understand that a call in the money call option is great. You can buy 100 shares at the strike, sell at the current trading price, you make a profit. All right, so I'm just gonna highlight this a different color here. We're gonna keep looking at this $48 call. So how do we get these call options in our possession? Well, you have to actually buy them from the seller. You have to buy the right to exercise. And you can see how much you have to pay down here. If you're looking at this $48 call, you can see, or 48 strike call, you can see that it says $2.74. But that does not mean that you're paying $2.74 to buy this call option. Not at all. It is $2.74 per share of the 100 shares that the contract controls. So if you remember, you have the right to exercise 100 shares. You're paying $2.74 per share of those 100 shares for that right. So more realistically, just cutting through the jargon there, more realistically, you're paying $274 for that call option. So if you want this call option in your portfolio, the ability to exercise at $48, you have to pay $274 to get it in your portfolio. We pay a debit. It's called paying a debit. When you pay something out of your account, it's always a debit. When you receive funds into your account, it's a credit. So now we have this $48 call in our possession, which is fantastic. This $274 is going to change. It will not stay constant. You can kind of see how it will change with the other call contracts that are less in the money. So this one's a little less in the money. It's $247 total. This one's out of the money. It's $224, $201. So you can kind of see the pattern. The further out of the money or less in the money you are, the cheaper those call options are going to be. And this is because the further in the money you are, the bigger profit you can exercise for. So they're going to be worth more. The less in the money they are, the cheaper they're going to be, because you can either exercise for a smaller profit or no profit at all. So as the share price moves around, making these call options less or more in the money, the price right here is going to shift around, just like a share would. If you're trading AMD shares, it's going to go up and down, and you're going to buy at one price and sell at another. So in this case, let's say that we bought this $48 call for $274, but then all of a sudden this stock price, and we'll change it to blue, keep it kind of consistent there. This stock price jumps up to, let's say, even further than that. Let's say it jumps all the way up to $50. All right, that's a current trading price. This 274 is not going to be 274 anymore. It's going to change. You will not see it like that. It will not be 274. It'll change to, and I'm kind of making up a number here. It'll change to something like, let's say, $400.
Hey, you'll pause it real quick.
Now people are buying.
So yeah, when that thing is trending up, them contracts get really expensive, but like, cause they know that this stock is moving and it's gonna continue moving, so they gonna keep upping their price. And that's what you gotta watch too. Hey, them out of the money calls are good too. Just to let y'all know, you ain't gotta always buy in the money. Now out of the money call too, cause like I said, you don't even have to touch a break even. It just gotta go in your direction. You saying they're going and you're gonna profit. That's all I wanted to say.
That's true.
Selling this call option for $400, and you can sell this call option for $400. So if you paid a debit of $274, but now you can sell this call option back to the market for a credit of $400. You paid $274, but you received $400. That's going to give you a total profit of $126, if I'm doing that math right. So you can see that even though we have the ability to exercise, we didn't. And we can buy and sell options for the price that they're worth and make a profit or make a loss. You never have to even exercise it. And there's a real good reason why you would never want to really exercise them anyway. And we'll get into that in just a second. All right, we're going to call it for this section. So I want you to check yourself here and make sure you understand a few things. I want you to understand what a call contract or call option gives you the right to do. I want you to understand what a strike price is and how that relates to that definition. I want you to understand what premium is, why it's written as $2.47, for example, as compared to $247. I want you to understand what in the money, at the money, and out of the money is, and which ones are good and which ones are bad and why. And then I also want you to understand just what underlying means. If you can understand all those concepts, you are well on your way to getting a grasp on call options.
I go back to that little part right there. Let me write that little list up. I went there and write that list up.
$2.47, for example, as compared to $247. I want you to understand what in the money, at the money, and out of the money is, and
Right there.
Yeah.
which ones are good and which ones are bad and why. And then I also want you to understand just what underlying means. Okay?
All right.
You understand all those concepts, you are well on your way to getting a grasp on call options.
Looking at my trading account right now, you can see I'm up $84,500 on the year, and the current account value is just over $198,000.
Let's go ahead and look at this $48 call today. I like the $48 call because it's in the money. So we are going to be looking at this $2.74 of premium. This premium, we've talked about how it makes sense. This option is more valuable because you can exercise it for a larger profit as compared to like the 48.5 call, the 49 call. But we can actually tear apart this premium and figure out exactly why it's priced like this. We're not going to look at the formula like the Black-Scholes model that would very specifically mathematically describe why it's priced like this, but we're going to look at it from a very conceptual standpoint. And this conceptual perspective on how premium is priced is very, very useful when you're actually trading options. So this is not just some theory. It's not just theory. We're not just studying theory here. It is very practical, I promise you. All right, let's take a look at this $2.74. Remember, that's per share, $2.74. This can be divvied up into two different categories. One is called intrinsic value. The other is called extrinsic value. Intrinsic value is a portion of the premium, and it is just whatever profit you can exercise it for. So we're looking at this $48 call, right? We buy 100 shares at 48. When we exercise, we sell at 48.75. We make a $75 profit, just like we said earlier in the last section. Okay, so we can say that 75 cents of premium is due to intrinsic value, which is how much profit you make when you exercise the option. So 75 cents is intrinsic value for this call option, this 48 strike call. And we'll write it here. And how about extrinsic value? Well, this is whatever is left over. So we have 75 cents for intrinsic value. So we subtract that from 274, and we're going to have $1.99 worth of extrinsic value. And this extrinsic value, what that is value given to the option because there's time left to maturity. In other words, there's time left to expiration. There's time for this option, even if it's out of the money or in the money, there's time left for it to get in the money or for it to get deeper in the money. Remember, the more in the money it is, the more valuable it is. So there's some value given to this call option because there's more time left. It doesn't have to stay at it doesn't have to be, $1.75 in the money. It could be much, much deeper by the time we reach January 31st, theoretically. The share price could jump up to $55 and then it's way in the money. So there's some value that's given to it based on time to maturity. In addition to this extrinsic value is not just time to maturity, but it's also implied volatility. And I'm just going to briefly gloss over it. We'll get to it more in a second what implied volatility is, but you can think of it as the volatility of the underlying stock. Does it bounce around a lot or is it very calm? If it bounces around a lot, that's great for call options because your loss is limited to the amount you paid for it, but your upside is uncapped. It can theoretically go up forever. So volatility is very good for options. So that volatility of the underlying stock is also priced into options. You can think of implied volatility. Volatility is only important if there's time for that volatility to act. Okay, so hopefully you can see how that's kind of combined together. So this is extrinsic value. So let's pop back over to intrinsic value here. This 75 cents that is intrinsic value is going to change. And it makes sense why it would change because this call option not going to always be only $1.75. It might be more, it might be less. So it'll change. It could be, it's just whatever you can exercise it for, whatever profit you can exercise it for. And that number is going to change. Out of the money options, you cannot exercise for a profit. So they have no intrinsic value. And I'll write that here. And intrinsic value is IV. A lot of people use IV for implied volatility, but that's not really correct. Out of the money options have no IV. They do not. No intrinsic value at all because you cannot exercise for a profit. So this part of the premium is going to fluctuate. This premium over here is also going to fluctuate based on if implied volatility increases or decreases. And we'll get to that more in a moment again. But think about it as if implied volatility increases, extrinsic value increases. They are positively correlated. If implied volatility decreases, extrinsic value decreases. And again, we'll get into implied volatility in here in a second. I just have to mention it here. Time to maturity, on the other hand, has a different effect on extrinsic value. And we're going to say extrinsic value decays as time passes. So as time passes, this number is going to shrink. Literally every day. You pay to play every day. You buy in at 274 and ignoring implied volatility, if the stock trades sideways, you're going to lose money. If the stock trades sideways, for a little bit, this is going to drop down to 198, which means it's going to be worth 273, and you're going to lose $1. Maybe a little bit later, it drops down to 197. This will just keep bleeding off all the way up until expiration date, at which point you've either got to make it or break it. You're either in the money or you're not. And this process is called, call it time decay. It's also called theta decay, which we'll touch on here in a moment. But just know that when you buy options, the stock can trade sideways and you're losing money. Okay, so just kind of recapping what we have here. Part of this premium is literally whatever profit you could exercise for. So $75 worth of that $274 you pay is the amount you could exercise for. The extra $199 that's left over is due to time to maturity and implied volatility as a function of each other. The more time you have till expiration, the more time you have for that volatility to take effect, the more valuable your option is going to be. So both time to maturity and implied volatility are good for options. You want more time. You're going to be worth more. It also means you're going to be more expensive. So if you flip between January 24th, February 7th, February 14th, you'll see that these numbers increase the further out your expiration is, because there's more time to maturity. You can actually see what we're talking about be shown on your app when you select a further out application. So they're going to be more expensive because there's more time for them to get in the money, which is a good thing. But that means there's also more money to bleed off. So if you bought an out of the money option with a far out expiration date, that will just bleed off. If you never get in the money, it'll bleed off to zero on expiration date. You're done. There's no money left. But of course, that's with call options, that's the max you could lose. You can never lose more than the amount of money you put into it. So at expiration date, nothing terrible happens. The worst thing that can happen is that it expires worthless and you don't have any money left. If it expires in the money and you have the capital set aside, it'll exercise automatically. So those are like the two options you can think of happening. This is why you would never exercise this $48 call, or very rarely would you exercise before expiration day when you have all this extrinsic value left. You may get up to expiration day and all this extrinsic value is gone and you have intrinsic, at which point you might as well just sell the option, but you could exercise it as well if you just have intrinsic value left on the last day of expiration. Because if you exercise, you'll make $75, or you could just sell this option, which is now worth $75 and make $75. There's really no difference. But let's go ahead and, just so you get the idea in your head, let's go ahead and exercise this option. So we have this $48 call. We exercise it. We make our intrinsic value. We make $75 because they're equal to each other. This $75 this $75 profit you make from exercising is built into the premium. And we call that part of premium intrinsic value. So they have to be equal. So $75 when you exercise it. However, you lose the extrinsic value. You lose $199. Once you exercise, there's no more time. You just gave up all your time. If you exercise now and there's still a few weeks left until January 31st, you give up all that time. So you give up extrinsic value. There is no time to maturity as a function of implied volatility because there's no more time for time to maturity. The contract's not used up, it disappears. So extrinsic value disappears. So you lose $199. So if you gain 75 but lose 190,
if you in profit, take
No.
that's out. The heat out. Cause things can change between not that point and you in profit and good profit, bro. Take it, bro. Cause you still making money on top of what you paid for your premium. So I want to say that, but he was right. They do get a little expensive after you go further down the date, but I be finding that's worth it, bro. I pay it because I know I'm gonna make my money 10 times fold. That's why I got them 22 calls. Cause I know I got plenty of time. I ain't then the open interest on that implied volatility. Yeah, so that's all I want to say. Take that money. You can't leave the money on the table.
Yeah, take that bread, not that red.
gave up all your time. If you exercise now and there's still a few weeks left until January 31st, you gave up all that time. So you give up extrinsic value. There is no time to maturity as a function of implied volatility because there's no more time for time to maturity. The contract's gone. You've used up your right. It's disappeared. So extrinsic value disappears. So you lose $199. So if you gain 75 but lose 199, you're going to be at a loss of what? 75 minus 199. You're going to be at a loss of, we'll do it in parentheses, 124. This is why you can't just buy the $48 call and exercise it immediately. You would be at a loss. So why exercise it? You wouldn't. You'd only ever just sell the contract back to somebody else. Don't exercise it. You give up all that extrinsic value. There are certain examples where you will exercise. They're so rare that it's not worth talking about right now. Summary time, boys and girls. So when you buy a call option, you were paying this premium right here, this $2.74 per share. So you're paying $274 to buy this option. That premium of $2.74 can be divvied up into two separate categories. One is an intrinsic value. The other is extrinsic value. Intrinsic value is whatever profit you would get when you exercise the option. If you have a ticket that says get $10, use at the snap of your fingers and get $10, that ticket is going to be worth $10. So that's essentially what's happening here. This call option is a ticket to at least 75 bucks. So it's going to be built into the price of that call option. So whatever profit you get when you exercise. Without the money options, there is no intrinsic value because you cannot exercise it for a profit. Extrinsic value is a premium built into a call option based on time to maturity and implied volatility as a function of each other. The more time you have till expiration, the more valuable your call option is going to be because it has more time to get more in the money, and in volatility is going to determine how likely that potential is that it gets deep in the money. If there's low volatility, it's less potential, so the option is not going to be worth as much. If there's higher volatility and there's more time, there's a higher likelihood it's going to swing deeper in the money. So it's going to be represented as a more expensive call option. Most of the time, you would not want to exercise your call option because when you exercise, you do technically give up all of your premium, but you also make $75 just by exercising it. So really all you're giving up is extrinsic value. And you don't want to throw that money in the garbage. That would just be throwing it at the seller's pocket. You don't want to throw it away. So you almost would never exercise. But exercising options is where this premium comes from. The ability to exercise is what drives the value behind call options. Oh, mamma mia. And lastly, while we're here, I want to touch on where you see to break-even percentage. This just means the stock price has to increase by 4.08% for you to break even. Here's the deal, Leo. I just went on a rant that was just too much. It's too much information, I think. But I was talking about the to break even percentage. And I'm just going to tell you what it is. If you want to learn more about it, I'm throwing a video up in the corner that I went into great detail about it. What it is, go away. Thank you. What it is the percentage the stock price has to move up because you have calls, you're betting on the stock going up for you to break even by expiration date. When you buy this call, you are at break even, essentially. You buy at 274, you could theoretically, we're kind of glossing over some things, but we could theoretically just sell for 274. And so you're at break even. But as time goes on, the extrinsic value decays off and that option becomes less and less valuable. You better hope the stock price goes up so that the value of the option increases to counteract this extrinsic value decaying off. Okay, so today your break even's right where you bought in. On expiration day, your break even is going to be 4.08% in the upwards direction, which is going to be the stock price of $50.74. I don't want to go any more into that because it is kind of a big topic. I guess my questions to you now to check yourself are, what is extrinsic value? What is intrinsic value? Why do out of the money options not have any intrinsic value? When there's more time to maturity, are contracts more or less valuable? And when implied volatility increases or decreases, does the value of the options increase or decrease? All right, I think that covers it for this.
To be honest, you really can, stop that kind. He gonna go into some whole other stuff. They're really trying to keep it simple, because it really is. So. Okay. Go back. Cool. Oh, well, man. So anything relating to stocks, bro. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything relating to anything stock market related, even Forex too. I come to investing.com. I don't have no, account. I just be everywhere. You see, they got everything. Forex, commodity, stock market. You got a whole list of stuff here, bro. Like, if you want to know anything about ETL, here you go. Boom, boom. And this is really legit. Like, I love it. You can even have, view live charts, different, charts, industry charts, cryptocurrency. But I think my favorite thing is, they got the education too. You can come over here and view these stuff. If you want to learn anything. So it's like a all in one thing. This right here though, the tools, look at this. IPO calendar, split calendar, dividend calendar. That's why I be knowing what stock getting paid. If they get ready to pay some. There was some people do. They go buy certain stock knowing that a upcoming dividend coming, and they know they gonna get paid. They get out. But they got everything. You got your Forex over here. I don't know if y'all hit with investing.com, but I used it too, just to see correlations and stuff like that. But that's on the other side. That where y'all go to that. So I'm lead that to y'all. That where I'm at right here. So they got everything from all over the world. Different different type of things. Different countries stock market. Once our close, others still be open in different countries at different times and all that. So the market still be going when our close. So but I believe this the like I'm gonna say the second biggest market. Forex the biggest market ever. The most liquidated market ever, nonstop. But just from my option trading wise, I always come here and hit stock market. Yeah. And then they give you stocks to watch, tell you which stocks to dump. I normally make option calls off these topics right here, And then like I also show I also go to, Yahoo and look up undervalued growth stocks. The one that beat up. Let me see where they at. So that one on for Apple, for example. I ain't on it on my phone though. Okay. There's a little something. It don't went on. Okay. So I keep it simple as y'all see it. Really a clean chart on the daily. Previously had that marked up probably like last week. I never took the trade when it broke above there right here. And that my 50. So I already know that's an uptrend. It's above the 50 and 200 uptrend all day. From my RSI, I keep it simple. Did the 70 and did the 30. Green, I got it green because it's my buy zone. I know it read down there. I know it been beat up. I know it hit up here. I'm finna look for a put. You see, I could have grabbed a little put right here and just, rolled it down here. Got out probably right here. It's the same thing, bro. Like, unless you holding it. But if you scalping, you could have just stayed in that one. You got in there that one day, and they did what it did. You could have got out that same day. That's the beauty of the options and the expiration. Like even if you don't want to get out of it, you still got plenty of time to make money because your expiration is further away. But right on here, they probably be a week or so, even though you get your entry off the daily. But in my opinion, I still see an uptrend on them. But that's how simple I keep it, bro. Like simple RSI diversion. I normally have my trend lines and stuff working, but I'm working on trying to do naked charts on the options, just to, But they're pretty much my setup. You see, I got everything. Over there. They done took me stocks off here loud. Well, but anyway,
That shit fine.
yeah, I'm trying to keep it as simple as it is because like you use just the 50 and the blueberry. So that's what I do with the option because I can easily identify the trend. I can see the Del Cross, I can see the Golden Cross. I know how to recognize. So once I do that, I take that and use price action. So I'll be like, okay, it bouncing right in here off support. I know they don't want to go. That's when I enter my auction, my Robinhood app, go to trade auction. I automatically go a month out. Like if anything, I go a month out. And I just look at the price. I'm like, okay, it tut here, it tut there. Like I know y'all know it off the top, but
You need to make a video like are you placing a trade on that on Robinhood.
yeah, I'm gonna have to go online, like the Robinhood online right here and download it for Windows because it's not in the app store. That's why I was like, I couldn't download Zoom because it wasn't in the app store. I actually had to go to the website and download it for Windows. That I was just like, dang. So that's what I probably gotta do. Cause I was trying to add that too. I was gonna pull up my trade base that hold all my Robinhood like info, like it tracks everything when I sell a stock, when I buy a stock, when I buy an option call, when I sell it, all that on there. So I wanted to show y'all that too. But I also want to show y'all the Greeks too. Get that on from up there. Yeah, I sent this in the but for y'all to get a better understanding of it, this is the main part right here. That right here. I ain't gonna lie to you. That right there determine how your contract gonna move on top of the implied volatility. I know he said something about extrinsic value and stuff like that. That's true too. But the implied volatility is that percentage of how how that contract gonna move. That's why I wish I want to try to go ahead download it, but I know it's gonna run slow, so I ain't gonna take y'all through that. But I'm finna play this video right here. This not it's short, but this is using the Greeks to understand the option. So whenever y'all realize, then y'all you gonna have to play it because you ain't gonna be able to hear unless y'all just.
Oh shit, yeah, hold on.
I just thought about I finna get happy. I was like, but sound gonna play that time. get there. I redropped it in the group so you can click on the link and go to that video.
All right.
What exactly is Forex? It's the market
Loud,
where you
look
trade
at
currencies from all over the world.
When I'm talking about Greeks, I'm not talking about Aristotle or anything like that. I'm talking about letters that actually come into play whenever the price of the option is concerned. So the first Greek that we're going to talk about is delta. The simplest way to think about delta is it's the market's expectation of the options contract expiring in the money. So if an option has a 60 delta,
I know y'all probably gonna want to pause that right there.
60% probability that that options contract expires in the money. The second Greek that we're going to cover is gamma.
Just in case we're going too fast. I know. I don't want y'all to miss, cause like I said, this is an important part right here. Delta. Yeah. And you see that it's saying like if the delta high, that's the probability that the option will expire in money. So you can really let it ride. But if it negative, yeah.
In the money. The second Greek that we're going to cover is gamma. I don't want you to worry too much about gamma because this is usually what professional traders talk about. But since gamma is measuring the rate of change of delta, gamma is higher. When options are at the money. The third Greek that I want you to be familiar with is theta. When we talk about theta, I want you to just think about time. So the further out of the calendar that your option goes to, the more the time value is going to be. Time will work in your favor whenever you're selling options. Time works out of your favor or against your favor when you're buying options. The last Greek that we're going to
They're gonna talk about a little bit more in there.
Yeah, that one right there, real. That's the one I told you that they eat your contract up.
The last Greek that we're going to cover is vega. Another word to think of when we talk about vega is volatility. Think about vega like this. It's volatility that they're measuring, and that's really uncertainty. Imagine if you came to me and you said, hey, I'd like for you to give me a flood policy on my home that's in Florida and it's on the water. Well, there's probably a lot of uncertainty that I'd have to price in when making you that policy. If you also came to me and you said, hey, I'd also like a flood policy on my house that's on top of a mountain, that uncertainty is going to be a lot less because the risk of something major happening in terms of flooding is going to be less at the top of a mountain than if you have beachfront property. Uncertainty is a key component whenever it comes to pricing volatility. If uncertainty is low, options are said to be cheap. If uncertainty is high, options are said to be expensive.
So I'm finna drop the screen record in the video. I mean, in the chat, the screen record in the chat real quick that I just took my Robinhood pretty much on the auction side on how to just buy the auction, how to select, how to buy a put or buy a call, and on there you'll see the delta, you'll see the data, you'll see all that on there. Once I do click on it, but I got it coming through now, so. But yeah, that delta and that delta and that data, them the one, like, you'll know what you're getting into. Boom. Boom. Okay. It should be coming through. But like that's the main thing on the auction though. Knowing where it's heading on the chart. Y'all know how to mark up charts. Hella good. I know it. I know there ain't no problem for y'all to see where the trend going in the market. It's all about with the auction. It's just really like your inspiration. Looking at the delta and the data. Sometimes the gamma. And you looking at the implied volatility too, on top of the open interest. Cause you always want to get into something that have a lot of open interest. You'll never want to just get into something that probably got 12 people interested. The shit ain't gonna move. Like you just wasted your money on that premium contract unless some good ass news come out and these folks just hop on it. But that open interest, the implied volatility, expiration, break even matter, but it don't, as long as it's trending in your direction. That goes for a put or a call. So either way, you're gonna profit. Like I was saying, like you can take your money, bro. If you want to hold it to your expiration, you can. I have did that, but it been times where I was up, probably like 100 and some percentage wise. I'm not finna just sit down and wait for it hit what you call it. I'm already up 100%. I'm finna take my profit. So I don't really place too many option trades like that. I normally buy probably 2 or 3 contracts if I'm like 100% for real, depending on how much it is. But that's just an example on Disney though. Don't mind the little circles. I really hate that they still there because I was really circling the delta and what you call it. Then you see the chance of profit. It tell you what's your percentage chance of profit. So you already know what you're getting into. Like you don't want to get into no option trade. You only got a 10% chance of profit. That defeating the whole purpose. But it really that simple. Like I can't add no more, none less to what I'm saying. It sounds like a broken record because it's better than just buying and holding stocks. Unless you just want that extra long term growth, then you can do that. That's what I do too. That's why I trade options to buy long term stocks. That's my strategy. That's how I do it. But I also do that 20% thing, just like Aristotle. Like I only do 20% of what I put in. So like say like if I made money off of a car, a good chunk, I automatically just take 20% from and just use that money to buy stocks or buy another auction car.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, definitely. It makes sense. I just gotta get in there, you know what I'm saying? Play with it around and do it.
Hold on, fellas. Food okay.
That's all it is. Hey, Bones, you think, man?
Oh yeah, man. Hey man, it was pretty straightforward and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Simplified enough to have me understanding and comprehending what's going on so far for the first time hearing about it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man. I get into it. I know I pretty much be pretty good with it.
Yes, sir. Like, yes, sir. That's what I was telling y'all. Like, y'all already killing for it, bro. Just being that's why I really was gonna tell y'all, like, man, I want to have the Zoom, yeah, cause I gotta work on having this and working on how to talk and keep the things simple and getting things to people quick to where they understand. But with the trading option, bro, it almost just like for it, you buying and selling, you know.
Yeah.
But you just ain't doing no currency pairs. You doing stuff that actually deal with companies. And that company fail, that price can drop. New news matter, earnings matter. And like them whales and politics, man, they'll drive your contract down too. Cause they'll be already got the drop on it. They be having insiders. So I got this app called Tip Ranks. I'm gonna drop that in the group. And I actually they got a subscription side where you can subscribe for 7 days for like free, and you can get insider news on companies. So I use that too. Like I get all types of updates about, hey, Apple just got this buy rate. I kind of base that on my auction call right there. I go see what these top analysis talking about. Cause they tell you where these analysis is coming from, like the top people that looking at this stock and that they give you their percentage on return on how much money they made, uh their accuracy. They got everything on the Tip Ranks is a good out. Like I never let that go. Cause that's how I based it.
You saying Tip Ranks?
Yeah, I'm finna drop it in the group.
Okay. You saying Tip Ranks.
But hey, I ain't no cap. Then you can link your brokerage account to it, so you can you can keep up with it too. Like they got a selection on here called investment tool. It say advanced research, top 25 Wall Street analysis, top stock, top smart score, pretty much the performance of the stock. Like they gonna tell you, a that damn stock a 5, it really ain't gonna perform too well. They give you daily analyst ratings, stock screeners, insider hot stocks, trending stocks. And then you got my experts. So you can go click who you like, and they'll give you every notification of what these people think of, what their idea or opinion is on these stocks. So let me drop that on in there.
We're gonna have to do a whole nother chat for you. Whole options chat. don't know. Nah, we could just keep all that in the one there. They will break the code. Like I said, break the code is gonna be about everything, bro. Like Forex, options trading, credit repair, credit building, shit, credit if you want to start your own company, credit company, shit, wholesaling, retail,
Yes,
marketing,
sir.
graphic designing, video editing. We got everything, bro. Everybody, everybody that's on this team plays a major part, bro. Like
Yeah, that
everybody
was
gonna be
it.
doing their own thing, and this platform is gonna be the one that brand everybody's name to get them out there. You know what I'm saying? Like you fight with that option shit, bro. That's your lane.
Yeah, that why I ain't take it personal when you had, when you had said what you said, cause that was true. Like I had some business to handle, and it was on me. I can have any excuse. I could have brought up a million excuses. I had to get my son. Yeah, I got home late. Boy, I had to do this. I could have gave y'all that all day, but at the end of the day, it was my responsibility. Cause I gave y'all time. I ain't meet that time, so you know, I took that. So that's why I appreciate that. That's why I ain't
That real
tripping.
shit right there, bro. Hey, that's why we goddamn gonna be the
Real, bro.
strongest motherfucking team there is, bro.
Acceptance of accountability.
You
That's what I
feel me,
like.
bro? Cause like, just for him to say that, like, that's real men shit, bro. Like,
Yeah, bro.
take accountability, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
accountability, man. Accountability, man. For
Yeah.
real, like that's 100 right there, bro. For
cause
real.
y'all been wanting to know the information.
Fuck with
I know
that.
I dropped a little pre-information in there, even if I felt like y'all will grasp this real fast because it's really simple. But at the same time, I know that y'all still want to see what I knew and what the
Hey,
hell I
yeah.
was talking about.
Sir.
But
Fuck that shit.
I really want to go. Matter of fact, I'm finna go to trade bay just to show y'all that I'm just screen record my auction section. Cause yeah, I was buying and holding stocks. One my thing at first when I first started, cause I was just testing the water, so I was easily taking losses and stuff like that until I actually got into him. Like, hey man, what the hell I'm selling it for a loss for? I had to think about that.
Yeah.
But Trade Base is a good app too. I just sync my Robinhood to it, and when the market opens, I just connect it and I let it load down, like sync everything that's happening right now, and then pull it up. But I'm finna just screen record real quick, and I'm gonna drop it in the group. It's a short. Oh, nah, I gotta go back to it. 'Cause I gotta show y'all my highlight. Like I gotta show y'all that. I stopped the screen recording too damn early.
Nah. Hey, I just created a Twitter page too, man. It's at Break the Code FX1. So y'all go follow us on Twitter at Break the Code FX1.
Bet that.
I'm creating more pages of Reddit and all that. I'll be sending the links out and everything. But I'm doing all that right now.
I'm finna drop this in here real quick just to show y'all that they monitor. But that tilt rank some serious, but I ain't gonna lie to you. I love that shit. And like I said, I use Webull too, but they're more of an informational style. Like I can see more news on that than I can do on Robinhood.
Yeah. I was wondering what other app people or information site people will use to go with Robinhood.
yeah.
'Cause I don't use Robinhood a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
do my
use
own.
tip ranks, Webull. Sometimes I just Google on the internet. You feel me?
Yeah.
But I was looking to just change my whole Robinhood account to like just pretty much let Edward Jones take over my stocks that I have, and I just strictly use Robinhood just for options.
Yeah.
So that was my initial thought. Like, hey man, you could just option trade, bro. But like I said, I had a plan, so I was just gonna keep option trade, even though I don't have no stocks. Edward Jones taking over my account, I can take that money from the auction, take it to Edward Jones, and have them. And invest. That's an investment company. Just to let y'all know, too, they're good too. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
Vanguard too. I'm opening up a Vanguard too. Vanguard Raw. All right. And just 'cause I get paid every week, I can easily just put $100 over there. Just okay, boom, boom. Just like I'm doing my KOT, I pay myself every day. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if the video dropped yet, but it probably still coming. Yeah. But anyway, whenever it do, that's just showing you it giving you my performance stats on my option. And it tell you how long I had that account and all that. And I ain't even know how to work it. I've been having that trade based account since 2018. I ain't never know how to work it until like 2022. I mean, dang, I'm tripping. I'm geeked up 2020. Boy, I'm living in the future, boy.
I'm telling you. Everybody say 2022.
I skipped the rest of this. I skipped the rest of the year.
Better start it next year.
Oh man.
Yeah. You got to.
I need to work on.
You got to tap
I need to
into that
work on
stuff
how to.
when you got it, man. When you got access to it, you got to tap into that stuff, man. You say you had it
Yeah.
since 2018. You put a bench out into that.
You feel me? I swear I had that since 2018. Make it so bad, bro. I had Robinhood since 2019, bro. And
Yeah.
I didn't know how to work it, bro. Like I actually like made my account and forgot about Robinhood and started doing Acorn. Cause I was doing my spare chain. Now I do both of them. So it just like,
This that trade base right here.
yeah, that trade bay. And you see, I could have clicked on holdings and all that. You see where it say all stocks, options, stuff like that. I could have showed you my front page, so I just went straight to my option. And that's my front screen for my option, my average return, my average holding period, how many trades I done took. I
Yeah,
done
that's a good ass ratio, bro.
and then I told you Tesla killed me one time,
Yeah.
Apple killed me one time. Like I took L, bro. Like that's why I tell people like I don't just always win. I take them lessons and say that I took them lessons.
That's a part of the industry though, bro. Like, can't nobody just come in and expect to just win every trade they take, bro.
Fast.
Nah.
But you see why I love Fisk. I haven't actually traded an auction on Fisker in a long time, but Fisker auction, bro, they have the most volatility for somewhat reason. I don't know. But boy, when I say, boy, I least caught about 4, 5 auction trades out there. I lost one. I
Yeah.
lost one auction. But the one on it tell you my largest gain. $605, bro. One day.
Yeah.
I kid you not, bro. On top of the 300 I paid for the premium. You feel me? Yeah, so I took my Robinhood account from 800. When I started, my balance was $837. So I put $837 in there just buying stock. When I did auction, where I took that from 8 to 26 to where it's at now. But they tell you I made more from my option than I did from my actual stock. Okay, it actually tell you how much I profit from my from the auction. It tell you how many trades I took too.
Right.
So that just to show y'all, hey, I had a good day, I had a good day, have bad, but that just to show you that when I took that time off from Forex, I was really hitting this shit hard. So
Yes, sir. I'm glad you did.
yes, sir, man. Hey, I just can't just be going to work and coming home and not doing nothing, bro. Like I ain't that type of nigga just come home and watch Netflix or get in bed. I'm the type of nigga roll me up a blunt and I get on YouTube and I find way or shit like, bro, I got a design, a shirt design in my head that I want to make. I even got a logo that I want to make. It gonna sound weird, but I'm gonna tell you this. So I'm merging a bear and a fox face together. The fox gonna have like little scars and shit on the side of his face with an evil grin.
Hold on, bro. We on YouTube, bro.
Ah, yo, get roll, y'all. Folk will try to bite me, boy. Hey,
Hold
I
that
just thought about
down.
that shit, bro. We good cat, what?
Hold that down.
Yeah.
but hey, I'm driving this group there. Cause, boy, I've
Just
been
pop out, bro.
thinking,
Just
but
pop out on them.
I've been thinking. I'm gonna talk to y'all because I
Yeah.
do want opinions on it too, though. I just want to tell y'all what I'm coming from on this. So we'll get into that. What up, YouTube? But to get on with little soda, but bet this finna walk there. Let me get there. He finna what? A who? A who facing what?
Let me
Now
try
I
that
gotta
in me.
change.
Okay, I can see it. You got to
I'm finna
change.
change it now.
Throw something else in there that you ain't even mentioned, bro.
Them facts.
And that whatever you throw in there is gonna be the key to whatever your company is. You know what I'm saying? So,
Bro, I think y'all gonna like it, bro. Like dead ass, bro. Like I had started on, then I had stopped. Cause I had thought about. I had did this. It's alright. I don't care about that. There was like a little pre-design I had in my head. So I took a weed plant, like the leaf, and had it like a USB connected to a brain. Called that bit high connect. That bit was the bit hard, but I was just like, nah, I need to be a little more weird. I like that. That can be for the smokers and stuff whatnot, but the shit was pretty dope. Like I took a leaf, a picture of a leaf. Like I'm drawing. I had my pops and I draw it for connected to a brain, like it charged and like he charging the brain, calling that bit high connect. That shit, it was lit. I was like, damn, I was high too, and I thought about it. I was like, shit. Yes, sir. But I just be everywhere, man. My mind will never stop.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, man. The auction job gonna be lit. I'm actually looking to take Apple. That why I don't know if I'm gonna fund my Forex account, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and fund my account for Robinhood just to take that Apple card. But I'm gonna wait and see how it moves tomorrow. May take it Tuesday, but I know I'm gonna pick it out about 2 months apart. Give myself some time. I'm buying in the money though, so I'm gonna let y'all know. More definitely. Like I told them folks on that CLF call, folks ain't get it. I said, dang,
yeah, man.
my account was just going. I said, yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
Hey, man, when they
Gotta
miss
have
out on
faith.
that money, bro. When they miss out on that money like that, like after you throw a good call out there and they see it and they still don't take it, bro, that's on them.
Yeah, man. I was finna lead the group, man. I was just like, what I'm in here for? Cause look, no cap. That's how it was supposed to be though. Like I was supposed to bring my options and stuff, but them they be dropping number Forex in there. So when I drop my stock stuff, they overlook it. I just be like, man,
Yeah,
look, I'm
it's
finna go. So
pointless.
I'm finna go to where I'm appreciated it, and that here I am.
That's how it be, man. That's how you. Hey, when you see when you open your eyes to things, man.
We're ready to break the
Especially
codes.
when you know you're bringing value, bro. And people see that and they know that you got the value, bro. I don't understand why not influence other people to like, hey man, check with it, man, on this. You see, we've been bugging you about it, bro. You feel
Yeah,
me?
I see. Y'all done gave me a whoop and set me on fire.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir. We're not playing over
Yeah,
here,
like
man.
get it, man. Well, they work. But we know
We're not
because
playing
listen,
over here.
listen. We did that
Sneeze,
I
because
already
we
know
know
it.
you know what the fuck you talking about. You know what I'm saying?
And I
hey,
know it's
Sneeze,
so simple too, bro. Like,
You know what I'm
Sneeze,
saying? So
Sneeze, you
like,
next, Sneeze. Yeah,
Shit, what?
you next.
What?
Oh yeah, you
oh
got to
yeah,
drop some stuff on how to goddamn put together some YouTube content videos and
you
Oh
all
already
yeah,
the
that,
yeah,
man.
CEO
All
already. You
that
don't
is
even know.
content.
yeah. That shit gonna go crazy though, for real. When I was doing, I said, oh shit, yeah. I got ideas flowing out the ass for that shit now.
Oh yeah, man.
Like,
Hey
the
yeah,
CEO don't even know it.
YouTube, we are putting together a course, and this shit is lit, man. I promise you. When you get this course right here,
It's
you will
fuck.
never need another course ever.
I'm talking about so simple.
right.
Yeah. This shit got
And
me right when I was watching the video.
So simple. I'm talking
and
about
it's
it's so
more than
simple.
Forex. It's more than Forex, guys. We're gonna have a lot of things in there that's gonna have y'all scaling, up to like 7-figure businesses. And right now we are actually putting all of these things to work right now. So if y'all get the course, y'all gonna see the elevation that we got from it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Like,
saucy.
Man. Yeah, with the oxygen jump, bro. Like, yeah, it lit. I really used to watch myself put an auction in and monitor it all day, and they do nothing. That's why I just really start watching. I just like, why I'm watching it when I got a whole expiration date 2 months
right.
from now. Let me let it crank up. When you first buy an auction, like you getting in the car in the morning and it cold and you trying to let it warm up. You gotta sit there for a minute. That's how I had to. I can't look at it for a minute, man. Can't.
It's the same way in the Forex world.
Yes,
You
that's
about to
why I so
trade,
big.
you got stop loss in that motherfucker. Ain't no point of you sitting there watching that motherfucker.
You feel me? I ain't gonna lie, but I gotta look at Bitcoin. I don't know, man. Every time I just try to trade on the weekend, I always lose. Well, I take a lesson. I go back and I see, and I be
See,
like, dang,
the
yeah,
thing about
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin though, like you got to trade on the higher time frame. For real. Like you got to trade that bitch on the 4 hour time frame. Like that's you got to trade, you got to get your interest out the one, and then you got to trade that bitch on that four because that bitch
Okay, see,
moves so it moves so
okay,
much, bro. You got to chase that 4 hour candle. You know what I'm saying?
okay. That what it is then. Cause
Yeah.
I was on the 15 man. I wasn't tripping about the trade. Cause I had my stop loss, take profit. Wasn't bad. Every time I come back, that thing like hit stop loss. I said, "See, I only did 2 trades. Cause I ain't trying to, over leverage. It wasn't no big lot. It was just testing it out. Cause I never really traded Bitcoin. I always traded light.
You got to look at the picture I had sent in the chat and
And
see how I
UAD.
caught that inch.
Okay, move kind of slow. Well, yes, sir.
And see how I caught the inch on that 4 hour. Like,
I seen it.
That
I
4 hours
seen
ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
and that thing, I just like, boy, you can buy you take her out to eat, can
Right.
You say what?
I said you can take us out to eat with what you call.
You know what I'm saying? Shit, man.
Dinner,
Finna board the yacht, bro.
dinner on thing.
Finna board the
Lunch
yacht,
on
goddamn
thing.
shit. Hey, let's board the yacht, nigga. Flight's already paid for, nigga. Let's get it.
Hey, but we finna go here. Hey, man.
Man, come on.
Tell you, man.
Moves like that? Come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
Come on,
Tell you,
man.
man.
This shit crazy. Another 1,000 pips on Bitcoin.
That man. Hey, man. That's 5 entry, bro. I'm talking about why.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, man. Hey, that's how we
Overnight
do
shit.
it over here at Break the Code, though, man.
Went to sleep, no stop loss, none now.
And no late, no
No
late
stop
entries
loss,
over
no
here, man.
TP, none of that shit. Just woke up. I know that bitch gonna hit the 88.
No late entries.
From that 100 to that 88, that's gang.
Gang, gang.
Shit. Like, I ain't gonna trade them zones.
Tell you, man.
But
So
yeah.
I get this course. It's gonna be the best course you ever ran.
Yep. But yeah. This is an option. It's called, not a Forex stock. Come on.
But most definitely, I have to work on
All right, so
talking.
question. I got a question. So like, do you just never mind, you already said, but I'm gonna ask it again. Okay, so do you to scroll down a watch list? Like you go to
Yeah,
Apple, you go to Netflix, you go to Facebook, you go to Alibaba, you know what I'm saying? Just do it like
I
that.
go. I really look, I do also look for them great companies like that are beat up, but I go see if they oversold or overbought, like on a higher time frame though. So I really don't too much go for the big company stock like that. I really typically go for the stocks I hold in my portfolio. If that makes sense, like I trade stocks that I hold because I know how they move, and I'm holding them forever anyway. So I might as well catch them. So when they dip, I buy them on the dip, and I also buy auction them because I know they finna go back up. Like I had like 100 shares of Fisker, bro. I sold all them for an option call on Fisker, made that money times two, and bought right back into Fisker. That's the type of stuff I be doing.
Okay.
So it depends. Like it depends on how the company moving too. Like you can still get in on car option when the price going up too. Cause Apple, when the Apple go up, it go up. When Microsoft go up, it go up. But also when that COVID and all that, when people taking their money from growth stocks and putting them into value stock because of COVID and stuff like that, yeah, that when the price really drop. That when you see you boom, but that'd be the perfect opportunity to buy. When I see a steep drop on a great company like those, I'm gonna buy. That's just me. I'm gonna buy the dip. Think about it. What Apple doing? What Microsoft doing? They got their hands in everything, bro. That's how I think. I invest in what I use. Verizon, Xbox, like I said, Microsoft.
Yeah.
Shit, HP. I use their laptop. Invest in stuff that you use. Nike. You wear Nike. Shit, invest in Nike. Or I do an auction call on. Just something dealing with you know, what I do on a daily.
Yeah.
So, I try to keep it as simple. I don't try to over exaggerate. Like, I don't try to go find different options on certain companies. I take different sectors: technology, electric vehicle, consumers, I take those and I pick the stock from each one, and then I rate them like, hey, I'm 100% on there, 80% on that, and I normally take them high percentages probability that I feel that that how I try to keep it that simple though. I usually take the money from the stocks, go buy the option on that stock, make the money from that stock option, and go buy back in when the price dips. That way I'm getting in at a better interest, and I know that they're just a pullback. So that my way of doing it. Keep it simple though. Like, do I always get mine off of Yahoo? Nah. Sometimes I base it off the news I get from investing the tip
Investing.
ranks.
Yeah.
I use all type of sources. I go to Webull, look up news, because you don't get as many news articles with Robinhood, but Webull you can view all types of news. Like with that particular stock, it could be a whole bunch of news on there, and you can go click on different link, read what happened in the last week, what happened in now. You can see what other people think, they comments, and I look at all that. Like, I take my technical analysis to the extreme. I be like, okay, I need to know what really going on. And then that when I hit that tip rank, go inside a hot picks, and I take a stock about it up, and I go chart it and wait for an entry. Oh yeah,
In the game.
in the game. Like, no, you got to, if you got resources, you gotta use them, bro. I don't care how great you is at doing what you do. If you
Facts.
got resources, bro, you always gotta you gotta resort back to them, cause bro, it's like, hey, did what started. This how I got good. This what helped me learn more. My resources. So let me go back to them. Let me check these out. Gotta always go back to the basics, no matter what. When something fails, you start back. That just like with Forex. You see how they hit level 1, they hit level 2, hit level 3, then they reset. Now we gotta go
Yeah.
back to the base. Nah, we finna drop. Then we finna put back up. You know, that how I look at
Yeah.
my information, man. Information that you hold is very valuable. But
I think this shit gonna be straight though, man. For real though.
yeah, man. Like, I'm gonna drop them, and then when I drop them in the group, I'm gonna send my chart behind it. And like, hey, did what I see, boom, boom, boom. Let me know what y'all think. And half the time, I'm just gonna let y'all know, hey man, I'm in there, boom, boom. I let people know that I'm in it, because that hopefully when they see the chart, they see what I see, you know. So I be like, hey, I'm already in it. So if y'all see what I see, hopefully y'all probably get in. But y'all ain't gotta just go extreme by 100 contracts. Don't get me wrong, the more contracts you have, the more the merrier. But starting off, I did one contract. I was trying, risk management is everything with any investment thing you do. I don't care. It could be anything. Your risk management always got to be there. You got to have some type of risk management. That's why I like options, because you only, like, even with Forex, you got to stop loss. You don't lose that much. But with options, expire worth. You know exactly how much you lost. You know how much you paid for that contract, and you on triple back, because once you pay for it, get what? That's on you. That's a decision that you just made based off your knowledge and how you felt about your technical analysis, the fundamental, the news, everything lining up. The charts looking great. But like I said, anything can happen though, cause man, them whales are big in the stock market. They can they don't really have an effect on the foreign market like that for real. As far as, okay, yeah, news will come out there spike, but get where it go back to the base with stocks. That particular stock, and they be had bad news and they know it. They gonna keep dropping that bit till they can get a better entry. That's what they be doing. They drop they exhaust the fucking price just so they can get back in at a good entry price and ride that bit back on up. So them whales are big in the stock market because you're dealing with companies. You feel me?
Yeah, makes sense.
And anybody can, any news can alter how a stock price will be. Like that just like Apple saying, hey man, we finna stop making iPhone.
Yeah, no, that ain't gonna happen.
Okay, they got laptops and all that, but guess what? Folk love iPhone, bro.
Most valuable thing one of the most valuable things they got.
You feel me? So it like they take away iPhone, man. You gonna see a tremendous drop in their price, cause that's taking a big chunk out of their revenue. Like they make hella money from that. They have a lot of money coming in from iPhones alone, bro. So it just like, yeah, you take away iPhones, and that stock gonna drop. Microsoft, shit, you take away the cloud server, take away the Xbox. Man, them nerds gonna be mad at hell, but folk love Microsoft. Folk love these companies and their products. So once they get rid of their favorite product and they don't have nothing to revert to, I say he good, bro. But man, I'm glad I got on here. Like I said, as me being on this car, I seen that I have to work on some things that I'm gonna write down myself, my posture, stop using so many words. I ain't gotta use that many words to keep it simple and plain and give it to y'all, and the basic understanding knowledge. So they call help me, you know.
It's all about, hey, think about it. It's really your first time doing it, bro. You did damn good. I can tell you that. You know what I'm saying?
I just gotta learn how to work it, man. I'm finna practice how to send Zoom links out. If I just send one, don't join. Just
Oh no, you good. Even if you sometimes it's better with the audience, bro. It's better to practice with the audience that you know. So when you get around the people that you don't know, the fact that you practice with the audience that you know and you practice alone, it builds your confidence up.
true that. True.
Oh, you ain't got shy, bashful or nothing. You know what I'm saying? So
I just don't try to. I don't. I don't want to like get caught up in my words. I want to go ahead and speak it fluently and get it out. I don't want to, like,
yeah, I feel you.
I don't want nobody like at any show pausing a lot, or I want to use that simple grammar. Like I ain't gotta extend what I'm saying, like say what I'm saying over and over again, but in a different way. I want to say it the first time, y'all, oh, I know what this nigga talking about. Boom. Okay, I know what he talking about now. Boom. Everything. I want everything just to flow. So I'd be better prepared when somebody else on this call that don't normally be on this call, and we going over the same thing, even though that y'all already know that I went over there. I showing that person, I can speak better, I can give it to them better, and I can help them understand it better. And that'll make my day right there because, like I said, it's so simple. Because once you understand the charts, candlesticks, you put your own indicators on there, and you use your resources. Like I just sent y'all my resources. That's what I use. So you know, it just I have to work on that. So like I said, they call. I appreciate, like I told you, I appreciate everything. I appreciate you getting on my head, all that. I'm a man, bro. Fuck it. Hey, if I can't take goddamn, that's great criticism. Like I ain't see nothing bad about it. So, hey, you gotta handle your business, bro. No matter what. Now, something may get past, if it that bad, but I ain't. All I did was fall asleep on y'all last night. I couldn't figure out how to do the link. So, like I said, that was on me. And y'all was up, and I ain't even know it.
Yeah, well, hey,
Well, I knew you was up, but
yeah,
yeah, after I said that, I had,
These folks don't sleep.
I
but
promise
I could tell I fell asleep in the garage, bro.
you. No sleep,
That was
man.
like,
No sleep, gang. What you sleeping for? Ain't no money in the damn dream. You just shit.
I'm just trying to see if my dream gonna give me that vision I need to take
Yeah.
and pay attention
Look,
to.
it will. You got to put that work on. You got to put that work to it. You can't put no work to it in the dream, in the sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bro, go get up early, man. Shit, if you got to stay up late, stay up late.
Oh, that how I'm be. I'm an early person anyway. I ain't gonna lie, but at first I didn't like getting up early. Shit, but my fiance, damn, but they get up early. But ooh, I
Early.
used to try to sleep to 12, couldn't do
Hey,
it.
my
Now
dude,
I'm up
my,
6,
my
7
guy,
in the morning on the weekend.
my guy Eric Thomas said it the best. He heard somebody say, "I'm not a morning person." What you mean you're not a morning person, bro? Ain't no such thing as a not a morning person. Either you lazy, you too lazy to get your ass up and handle your business, or you gonna get up and do what you want to do to get to where you're trying to go. Ain't no such thing as I'm
Yeah,
not a morning person. Ain't no too tired, none of that. Even if you get off work and if you got a vision, you still work towards your vision when you get off work, bro. No, ain't nobody gonna give it
facts.
to you, and it ain't gonna come no faster because you talking about you tired. You know what I'm saying? Go at it.
Goddamn, like what Steve Harvey had said one time. He said, "While you sleep, the stock market open. They already
Come on,
making a
get
decision
open.
for you."
Hey, you got to think
You
about where
feel?
they at, bro. There's a lot of people all over the side of the world. The stock market open on the Eastern time zone. Why are you not
Yeah,
up when shit we on the Eastern time? Why are you not up looking at shit, evaluating and you know what I'm saying? Evaluating and analyzing the charts at least 2 hours ahead of time.
I ain't gonna lie, I be analyzing other, like when our market closed, like how okay, it's Sunday, our market opened up Monday 9 o'clock pre-market. We really start moving at 4 a.m. There were a lot of people don't know the stock market, like certain price start moving, but in other countries that price that start already making their move. So I go look. I'm like, okay, I'm seeing how this performing in this session over here. Cause ours ain't open yet. And that how basically how that session end over there, how our market open, to be honest.
Yeah. Yep.
Cause
And then
they'll
that's
be
why the
open, they
Asian sets
already
to be so
making
slow too.
moves. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Good shit though, bro. Real shit. Good goddamn good dialogue and everything the way you did this shit today.
Yes, sir. So that's just as simple as it is. Like, I mean, like I said, I follow Aristotle and the people he be trading with. I was once in that group. I need to get back in there. But once I got in there, I can't lie. I can't say I didn't make no money. They were calling bankers left and right.
Yeah.
Like Aristotle called some. Then the other two people unravel on trap. I think that's his name. And then he'll call some. Be in there. They'll tell you what they looking at. They give you 3 different stocks of what they looking at. and it's up to you with one, you know. But you also gotta go look at the charts too. You just can't just hop in there. You gotta go see what you're getting yourself into. And I always did that. I'm like, oh, okay, boom. It is finna bounce. Kept that bounce beat on road. That's how I caught Bobber one time. First time trading with Aristotle in his group, he called out a Bobber card. I made $86 on that. Then got down on top of my premium in less than 20 minutes, bro. I could have kept it going. Cause he ended up getting probably 2K plus off that call alone. At that time, it was a while back, but that when I first started dealing with him. Like I even got his option trading course. I paid for that. I got that. So I still revert back to that. Okay, you got different levels on there. You got beginner option, you got intermediate, you got advanced, in the different sections. He breaking it down. Like I could, I could show y'all that too. Like, hey, he got it there. And if cheat is on his it's on his site, on his Instagram, he got it in his link. You click on, and he got different little stuff that pop up. But that trading guide course, yes sir. Everything you need, he got it up in there. But like I said, hey, y'all understand these charts? Option ain't gonna be nothing. Y'all just gonna have to get used to, exploration and looking at the delta and the data. The main things I told y'all that was important because you see that delta and data seem like the biggest factor. You got the gamma and the vega. You got that, but them two the main thing. That time decay on your option, that jump so serious.
I wish they had like they got a demo trading on TD Ameritrade. I'm gonna try this shit in demo.
Oh, they do for the option.
I think they got like a demo account. If they don't, I could probably do some research and find something that you can do demo options on. You know what I'm saying? Demo trading options and shit. But I think it's an app out there though, bro. I think I seen an app. Like Warren Buffett got a goddamn game or some shit where you goddamn, you know what I'm saying, do the trading and shit. I gotta check into it, man. I'm definitely looking into it, and but I know I seen the information out there. I just didn't tap into it right there. And I was focused on trying to learn before and shit. Once I find it again, I'm gonna send it in the chat.
Yeah. Boy, you been eating every damn thing you eat, huh? That's what I need to do. I need to go eat. You sleep is all I do, man. I'm gonna get back with y'all. I'm gonna put him to sleep.
All right, y'all.
So.
Yeah.
YouTube, we're gonna go on and get up out of here. Day, time. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. On Twitter, we at Break the Code FX1. Got a Facebook group, you know what I'm saying? Public group, just find Break the Code FX. Instagram, we're at Break the Code FX. TikTok, we're at Break the Code FX. So follow us on all social medias, and we stay to getting all the other social media ready. You can follow us on reddit.com, Break the Code FX. And yeah, man, keep up.